What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ben from JBM Sports Media. We're going to get into the Brewers and Cubs Game 4 NLDS. The Brewers, unfortunately, do fall to the Chicago Cubs today, 6-0. I have a lot of things to say about this right here. This was one of the most frustrating games of baseball I've watched in quite some time. For a particular of reasons, let's get into it. First and foremost, we have to start off with the immediately what went wrong for the Brewers. Freddie Peralta throwing this pitch right here to Ian Happ, and he crushed it. He crushed this pitch, rightfully so, right down the pipe. That was a pitch right down the pipe, and Ian Happ crushed it. Watching that in real time, I immediately thought to myself, okay, we've been down 3-0 before in this series. We're going to have to come back. We've been down 3 runs 3 times this series. Twice we haven't been able to come back. Once we have. And we didn't come back, obviously, today, so that happened. This pitch right here, though, super frustrating. Freddie Peralta knew at that exact moment when he released this pitch, he knew he was cooked. The way that Ian Happ made contact with this ball, devastating. Man, it's super frustrating, actually. Even reliving that moment right now in my head, it makes me so angry. I got to be honest. If we're looking at this was right here a bad start for the Brewers. But let's look at the Brewers offense today, shall we? Specifically, look at Joey Ortiz. Look at Joey Ortiz, ladies and gentlemen. This guy, I don't care what it is. People could say that the Brewers have him in the lineup for defense, obviously, because they're not having him for his bat. Look at this bat. His bat's been atrocious. He's batting 200, and in general, we know what we're getting from Joey Ortiz. Excellent defense. When it comes to offense, we're getting nothing but putridness. That's it. That's pretty much it. We got to keep it $150. Blake Perkins today, he did draw that walk. I thought we were going to get something going with that in that inning. Unfortunately, we didn't. We'll get to talking about that in a little bit. But in general, it's such a frustrating loss because offensively, Caleb Durbin had a putrid day as well. 4 at-bats, struck out once. Didn't really do anything productive, and he's been batting 143 in the playoffs this NLDS series. Now that we're going into Game 5, hopefully he has that big hit. I feel like Caleb Durbin is due for a moment. And, man, here's what I will say right here when it comes to the bottom of the lineup, specifically Blake Perkins and Joey Ortiz. One of you guys have to step up big time. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Joey Ortiz, if you're going to play on Saturday, which that game I believe is at 7 o'clock, we expect you to have a moment. Just have one moment this series offensively, whatever it may be. Could be a home run, could be an RBI double, whatever it may be. Have one moment for us. We need it. We need it big time. Yelich, obviously, he had his 2 walks. Chourio had a hit. Churio's playing banged up, guys. I'm pretty sure we all know that. The hamstring does not look good. Yelich, he's looked decent. I really didn't like that call that Yelich got starting off that at-bat. 0-1. I don't know what inning that was specifically. I'm pretty sure it was the inning where we had runners on second and third. Yes, it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was that inning. And he started up 0-1. That call was pretty bad, but look, we can't complain about the calls. Yelich did strike out at the end of the day. Matthew Boyd for the Cubs, he was excellent. I can't take anything away from the Cubs in the way that they played today. Obviously, I'm mainly going to be talking about the Brewers, but the way that the Cubs played today, they played with heart, they played with fight, and now look, heading back to Milwaukee, they have all the momentum, They have all the momentum and more. They're riding the high of defending their field, defending their season. There's no other way to put it. They did what they had to do. The series is now tied 2-2. Guys, I go back to this pitch, and I have to show it real quick. Go back to this pitch from our ace, Freddie Peralta. Immediately when that ball was hit, I thought so many things. I thought immediately how Game 5 will look like, because now being down 3-0, we've used our ace. Who's going to pitch? And if you look at the Brewers bullpen that was used today, guys like Aaron Ashby, who I'm not going to hate how Aaron Ashby pitched today. It is what it is, to be honest, guys. If you look at, I know Gasser gave up the home run to Tucker, but we had to fill up some guys there. We had to. We really did. Because at the end of the day, what is the plan? And I'll say this right now. Sorry, right there. I pulled myself down for a second, down to the stage. I was trying to remove this, actually. What is the plan for the Milwaukee Brewers Game 5? Who are they starting? And what is literally the plan? Are they going to have another bullpen game? Because keep in mind, the start that Quinn Priester had in Game 3 did not help us by any means. By any means, it did not help us. If anything, it only put us in a worse situation. Freddie Peralta didn't really have the best stuff today. I know he locked in more so after that 3-run shot, but he still got into very high counts. It was a lot of 3-2 counts. You know how Freddie Peralta is. Unfortunately, that 3-run shot really took a lot of ammunition out of what could have been a great start. It really did. If you look at back, and I want to point this out again with the Brewers lineup, and specifically Durbin, Perkins, and Ortiz, I know they tried to go with Lockridge game 3. I don't know what the point with that was. I mean, I got to be honest with you. There should not be a reason Brandon Lockridge starts on Saturday. I will say that right now. When it comes to Joey Ortiz, look, I know we talked about it before. Great defensively. Bat is just not there. Look at what his stats were in the regular season. One of the worst players in all of baseball, offensively in the regular season. There's no other way to put it. Monasterio, in my opinion, at some point, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. And I put questions out there to Brewers fans, just fans of baseball in general. How would you guys approach this game? Would you guys get Monasterio right there at shortstop for his offense? Because he does provide better offense. Yes, might be a little bit better, but he provides better offense than Joey Ortiz. There's no doubt about that. Or would you keep Joey Ortiz for that defense and hope, pray, some way, somehow he has that hit that, might be game-changing. That's not going to happen. Not game-changing, but just has a hit that will put the Brewers in a good position. That's all I ask. William Contreras didn't have the best day. Matthew Boyd, like I said, he was delivering all around. He noticed his mistakes from game 1, corrected them, looked brilliant today. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I got to give a big shout out to Matthew Boyd because he went out there, did what he had to do. Yes, he got in some trouble when the Brewers got a guy on first and second. But at the end of the day, that bullpen that the Cubs had today, Palencia did his thing. Look, Palencia in that role that he's been used recently, pretty effective. I mean, I got to give Counsell credit for that. It's been pretty effective for the most part. Moving on to game 5, now with the series tied 2 apiece, it's nerve-wracking. It's beyond nerve-wracking, if I could be honest. I don't know what to say exactly. I don't know where the boys' momentum is, because it's nowhere near to be found. The momentum is all in the north side of Chicago right now. The Cubs have it all right now, momentum-wise. They're riding the high from this win, like I said before. What are they going to do with that? We'll have to find out on Saturday. What are the Brewers, specifically now talking about the Milwaukee Brewers, what are they going to do after going out like this? Knowing that they had the opportunities to close it out in game 3, did not do it. Quinn Priester obviously did not help. He jobbed. Let's keep it above 50. Quinn Priester put us in a bad situation. Jose Quintana did what he had to do coming out the bullpen. Appreciate his quality and quantity out the bullpen. It was much so needed after that putrid Quinn Priester start. What are the Brewers going to do now? Game 5, your season's on the line. You know that. You know the heartbreak that we had last year. You know what this season means. Think about it like this. We know that the Brewers and what they did this summer, the 10-plus game winning streaks, 2 of them, yes, like Mark Antanasio said, he wanted his summer of fun. He got it. It's now or never. Pat Murphy, I'm going to tell you this. Put the best lineup out there. Look, I'll pull it up one more time. In my opinion, put the best lineup up there offensively. Forget about the defense. If that means Monasterio, put Monasterio up there. If there's a way, and I'll preach this, that Yelich could possibly play left field and we could avoid Chourio playing in the outfield, you know his hamstring's fucked up. Excuse my language. You know his hamstring is messed up. But I'll tell you this. Yelich, I know he has his back issue. I don't think he would be a liability out there in left field. And we could save Chourio a little bit of the effort from him playing in the field. Put him as DH. That's all I got to say for Murphy. Put him as DH. I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world. I really don't. When it comes to Isaac Collins, I'm kind of a little bit upset he's not getting some at-bats. I understand why. Chourio's still out there. I was kind of wishing he would get a little bit more of a chance, but I understand. I get it. Andrew Vaughn, I can't really complain. Andrew Vaughn had a decent game today. I would love to see him. I'm pretty sure Shota Imanaga is going to be starting for the Cubs in game 5. If not, there's going to be an opener. Dan leads to Imanaga. So at that point, keep Andrew Vaughn in the game. He hit the home run off Imanaga game, what was it, game 2? Yes, game 2. Keep him in. Caleb Durbin, yes, keep him in. I do believe that big Caleb Durbin moment is coming. Sal Frelick, he had a pretty decent game. He hasn't really been hitting the best, but I did like the double that he had today. No matter what, we're keeping Sal in there. Perkins, Yes, we have to keep Perkins in there. Great defense. I think he could maybe even have one of those at bats like he did in game one, 11 pitch at bat. Really make the pitcher work. Keep Perkins in there. Ortiz or Monasterio, Murphy, that's going to be your call. Whatever you value the most. I personally, at this point, I would have to say Monasterio. Give Monasterio a shot. His defense is not whack. His defense is actually pretty decent. So give him a shot, in my opinion. Give him a shot. You can always go to Ortiz in the later innings. Or if you want to do that switch, start with Ortiz, then go to Monasterio. That's cool as well. Regardless, however you guys put it, the rest of this lineup, perfectly fine. Going into game 5, the Brewers and the Cubs both facing elimination. Win or go home. Win or go home at this point. However you guys want to look at this game, who has the most momentum going into it? Obviously the Chicago Cubs. And there's no doubt about that. The Milwaukee Brewers, it's your time. It's your moment. You know what's at stake this year. You know who you're playing for this year. Not only the fans. You know. You got to lock in right now. Now more than ever. Your fans need this moment. You need this moment. We believe in you guys still. I believe in you guys still. But I'm not going to lie. I'll tell you this. I am most definitely preparing for heartbreak. I got to be honest. You know that saying? Hope for the best, be prepared for the worst. All the Brewers fans, if you guys are watching this, I advise you guys, be prepared for the best. Or, no, sorry. Hope for the best, be prepared for the worst. That exact quote right there. With that being said, I'll wrap this video up with saying this. Game 5, it's going to be absolutely electric, and I hope my Brewers can pull it off. I really do. Thank you guys for supporting JBM Sports Media. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to Mike. It means a lot to JB. Continue supporting us. Thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe and like.